Welcome back to Basement Video Podcast with your baby daddy over here.
Your baby daddy.
Yeah, it's everyone's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you remember him. It's fucking Cody.
It's not Alex anymore.
He's not sick anymore. The weather is now under him. So today's episode, we're gonna be talking about
Loki episode 5.
Is it 5?
Yeah, it's the last one before the season finale.
What do you got?
And then
what do you got for me, Cody?
Wow. What are they asking if I liked it or not?
No, what'd you think? Yeah.
I thought it was the strongest episode so far. Yeah.
Really?
I would say so, yeah.
Not even episode 2?
Episode 2 was pretty good, but I think this one was...
I already derailed you.
Specifically episode 2. What did you think, John?
That was weird, but I liked it.
Yeah. I liked the way that it started.
How did it start again?
Just introduced with it showing the TVA, and it was kind of being flipped upside down because now their profits are all fake or whatever. Timekeepers.
Oh,
They're just Chuck E. Cheese animatronics.
Chuck E. Cheese animatronics.
And yeah.
Behind the camera, we have.
Oh, we forgot to introduce.
We still have Alex.
We still got Alex. He's still here.
He hung around, yeah.
And Andrews will always be here.
Alex, what did you think about Loki episode 5?
I thought it was amazing. I thought for sure it's probably my favorite episode out of all of them.
See?
Andrew.
Actually, you know what? I take that back. I think episode 4 was a little bit better because a lot of shit happened there. That's what we found a lot more than.
Yeah, we got a lot more shit unraveled.
Yeah.
Andrew.
Andrew's falling asleep here.
Yes, sir.
No, he's awake. What do you think?
What?
Episode 5, go.
Pretty crazy.
Me?
Yeah, you.
So what did we learn in this episode?
He's still telling us what he thinks about the episode.
I need a refresher. I forgot temporarily.
Well, basically, you learn that at the end of episode 4 that not necessarily when they get pruned, it's not killing them. It's kind of just sending them to, they're transferring them to a void.
To a dumpster.
Beyond time, basically. Yeah, things that
Buzz
shouldn't be
Aldrin
there.
dumpster, if you will.
We're going to go down that road again.
Right.
Yeah, you see a UFO there. You see a lot of things from history.
Yeah, like Thanos' helicopter. That's my favorite thing from history.
I saw that. That's the first thing that I noticed. Yeah.
I noticed it, but I was like, what the fuck? But
Right. With the big cloud thing? The monster? Cloud monster?
That's not
That was, Aloya or whatever.
That was just a
place?
little part of the episode.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What was his name? Eliath?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was weird. He reminded me of James and the Giant Peach.
He was a
Did you ever see-
trans-temporal entity.
Did you ever see James and the Giant Peach, the Rhino Cloud?
Yeah, when I was younger.
They remind me of that.
Yeah. Except I don't think, did he consume people in that?
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay.
That's literally what he did in James and the Giant Peach.
That's as one should. As a
That's
giant.
what cloud rhinos do.
Yeah.
What was this, like a cat, panther?
It just looked like
Cloud, lion? It kind of reminded me of the look of the Cave of Wonders, but a cloud.
Looked like fucking Mr. Beast's logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah. Let's just go with that.
He's a YouTuber.
But no, it's, like I said, how many things did you know? There's a lot of things in that void.
I feel like
that
Alex
wasteland.
Alex, do you remember more?
There was a lot. There was a Sphinx.
There was the Thanos copter.
There's Thanos copter.
This is the main thing I remember.
And there were two ships that showed up.
Yes, yeah.
One of them I don't remember. No, actually I do remember most of them. The one that I don't know the names of the ship, but they're part of a folklore about like the Bermuda Triangle and how like
yeah,
ships
and
they had
you're
actual.
right.
That's what you were talking about. Things of history that were actually like ships that had gone missing.
My favorite one was the one where it was like, it was an early, I think. What are the ones that Christopher Columbus? Those kinds of ships that like the
Santa Maria?
Like early. Is that the fourth? Well,
I don't know.
I don't know the time.
I know you're talking about. Yeah, there was a few ships.
It was, the story goes is that as it was like traveling through the Bermuda Triangle, it got discovered again, and then when the people found the ship, they went on board and saw like all the equipment, even like plates of food were half eaten there, and they were left untouched. And it just seemed like whoever was on the ship just left immediately. Like they don't know what happened to the crew members at all.
They got
Now
pruned,
we know.
bro.
We know.
And so it's like almost like the whole the crew of the ship got pruned or whatever. And then you saw the one that was more of a modern day ship that had like cannons and stuff on it. That's another story.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what these ships' names are, but that story is that it was supposed to be a stealth ship, and apparently it was like it was phasing in and out of radars, and it apparently is like there's like it like disappeared at one point and reappeared at a different destination. It was like almost trying to imply that like it time travel or something like that.
Yeah, and they thought it was invisible or had like invisible cloak over
really
it.
Crazy because it's like a modern day ship. It's like how do you like lose track of a ship like that?
Well, like
Yeah,
Ghost
bud.
Ship.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
No, what's that one?
The Ghost Ship.
Yeah.
You ever seen Ghost Ship?
No.
It's like people are on an actual ship, and then a ship shows up, and
Oh, I know.
no one's on it, but it's haunted. So then they go on it, and there's ghosts. There's ghosts.
Oh, I want to check it out.
What do you think about Alligator?
Oh, I thought that was funny.
No, come on. He's a main character in this episode.
Why do you think? Yeah, but why do you think that there is an alligator Loki?
I don't fucking know.
He could shapeshift, right? Because remember in Ragnarok, he's like talking about how he's like, oh, Thor was saying how he's like, one time he transformed into a snake, and I went to go admire him because I love snakes, and I picked him up, and he's like, he turned back to a human, he stabbed me. So it's like maybe it's the reality where he turned into an alligator and then wasn't able to turn back or something.
Maybe if you get pruned in shape shifting, you just stay the way
you
you're
stay
pruned.
there in limbo. Because going back to our second episode of
second episode.
Basement Video Podcast, I remember Andrew saying that the TVA was some sort of limbo for.
Yeah, good thing he was wrong about that, huh?
Yeah, but it almost seems like this is the Marvel limbo of things that
No, it's not.
nobody
Amanda's
shouldn't be on the timeline.
Wow, fuck you.
Sorry to backtrack again, but like, because you're noticing things that were there as well. But one of the things I thought was cool is that they had the Sphinx there, but it actually had its nose.
Yeah.
So
I
it was
noticed
like,
that.
no, that's not right. Let's bring that here. But yeah, I don't know. I just saw like a lot of. I think this is my favorite episode for Easter eggs so far.
You're not religious.
Wow. Every time.
I want Alex to talk about classic Loki because he's in love with that character.
Is that is that like some famous like known actor? Or is it just the
No,
first
but
time?
everyone
guy?
just loves him, I think.
Yeah, because I
never
kept
seen
hearing
anything.
about him and like specifically his name, and I was like, I don't really notice him for anything else. But yeah, Alex, what do you think about classic Loki?
I just thought he did like the acting alone was just amazing. Like
Yeah.
he was a side character, but he fucking killed it. I love the whole. He kind of like was the Loki that understood that like Lokis are just despicable because remember like his own like friend betrayed him to sell him out because they thought he was gonna be king of like the Lokis, and then that Loki was like no, I'm gonna be king, and then his Loki like
That didn't happen to him.
what?
That was the other Loki that thought was trying to sell them out.
The Thor one, almost.
No.
Because all these Lokis, all they did was just betray one another. He was just like, Lokis are just always the same. They'll never be trusted. They always like want to be number one or something. It's just like he's just so disappointed in himself because he realizes that this is what the fate of a Loki is.
Oh, yeah,
and the reason why Lokis are even getting pruned by the TVA is because anytime any Loki wants to be anything other than
Yeah, when they step out of line.
step out of line of being a mischief god or even want to better themselves, then they can't do that. They have to be like pruned or whatever, and I think that's very sad. Imagine being a horrible person and then realizing that you're a horrible person and you want to try to better yourself, and then life is just like you're not allowed,
that's
you're
kind
not
of what
allowed
the
to do
episode was dealing
that.
with.
You're a Loki. You're supposed to be horrible. Be horrible.
Yeah, I mean, he's a god of mischief though.
And
That's
plus,
why-
he's like an older Loki. He's like a father figure, dad Loki. That's just like he's very mature. It just seems like he's
a father figure until the end of time.
Yeah, no, I like
Yeah,
that.
George Michael is sick in that role.
And what? Yeah, George Michael's sick in that role.
Yeah, he was sick.
Yeah.
Did you notice that? Remember when classic Loki was making the shit?
It was near the end. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about?
With that Asgard, yeah.
He did a lightning bolt because of Thor. To
Oh, no, I
pay
didn't
homage
see
to
that.
his brother. Because didn't he kill Thor, he said? Or no, kid Loki did.
Yeah, it was so kind of. They kind of briefly say like why they were all there because they deviated from what they were supposed to do, what was supposed to happen, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was funny because his story, classic Loki, was like basically some like fan theories of what happened to the Loki that we all know.
Yeah,
That
pretty
he
much.
like projected his image, and that in the background you could see him like from Infinity War. You could see him as like a piece of debris, but it kind of looks like Loki with the horns.
Yeah.
So people made this like theory, and it's just funny that like Marvel like used that as classic Loki's like
They
story.
like fucking with us.
Yeah.
Oh, classic Loki, the actor that plays him is called Richard E. Grant.
Oh, that is someone, isn't it?
That sounds very familiar. Yeah. What else is he in?
He's known for a lot of movies. He was in Star Wars Episode 6 actually. He was in Hudson Hawk.
Classic.
Can You Ever Forgive Me? I've never seen any of these movies.
That means they must be bad.
A Series of Unfortunate Events.
Uh,
Trying to find something that we would even know him in. He was in Game of Thrones. What was his role?
He's Vex and Sackboy.
Yeah, no.
Oh, yeah, you're right. He's from Sackboy.
He's in the Nutcracker.
So what was his
he's
first role?
So according to me, this was his first role.
Yeah, John.
I'm a guy.
What'd you think of Frog Thor, John?
I didn't even notice it was Frog Thor at first. I thought it was just Tiny Thor.
Yeah, I did too, actually.
But then, you go back and look and see it's a frog just jumping up and down.
Throg?
Throg, yeah.
Okay.
Duh.
Oh. Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat.
There's something I wanted to bring up with like Crocodile Loki. I kind of like the idea that like maybe he was just a crocodile.
His name's Crocky.
No, it's not stupid.
No, it's Crocky.
It was an alligator.
Cronky.
I like the idea that like, you know how Loki's a frost giant and then like Odin's like, you're adopted. I like the idea that Odin tells the crocodile that you're adopted and he's like shocked. And
if he was a
surprised.
frost giant, why was he cold when he was sitting with Sylvie? Why do you have to put on a blanket?
She wanted the blanket and he wanted to get
No,
closer
he already
to her.
had the blanket on, man. He said he was cold.
No.
Frost giants don't get cold.
He's flirting.
Exactly.
Just trying to get close.
Do you guys like the idea that he's gonna want to like get with his own self, girl version of himself?
Sure, why not?
You asked this last episode.
I've already said this since like we met her.
Alex, do you have something to say that you think about it?
The tension was palpable. Like I thought they were gonna kiss at any moment. It felt like
I didn't see Palpatine in this episode. I wish I could see his face.
It looks like Garfield.
Oh. It's funny because I'm John.
Well, I'll wait for the season finale for that.
For what them to do.
Yeah, they do each other. He fucks himself.
Hey, you consoling Alex over there?
He stopped doing the Garfield face when I cut to him.
You just look like sad Ben Affleck now. Stop.
What do you think that building was behind Eliath? Like, we know what it is.
Oh, it's like,
or where it is.
yeah.
But what do you think?
I was trying to figure out. It looked
You
like
think it's like anything?
It's almost like it's like floating above a planet of some sort. Like you kind of see the horizon of like what would be, like a water-rich planet. Maybe it's Earth, but I don't know.
A water-rich planet.
A planet.
Hey, fucking Neil deGrasse Tyson. This isn't Cosmos, bud.
Could be.
Yeah, you want it?
Imagine if they did a Cosmos with like the Marvel Universe planets.
Yeah.
Would you do it? The voice, the voiceover?
No, I'm not smart enough for that.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, thanks, man.
No, he's not. What are you reading in your little notebook? What's next, pal?
Mobius showed up. He wasn't dead.
Fuck yeah, he did.
18 minutes and 20 seconds in a pizza car.
That was sick. Do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think that's Tobey Maguire's pizza car? Even though he didn't have one.
It's funny you said that's the first thing I thought. It's the first thing I hoped for.
He should have pulled up and opened the door and said, "It's pizza time."
Yeah. You know what's funny? You mentioned that. Now that I'm seeing all the whatever variants of Loki and everything, I'm kind of excited about the Tobey Maguire and Andrew. Like it's gonna make more sense to me now.
Why?
Well, I mean, like,
Why wouldn't it make sense?
Not that it makes sense, but like I was like, okay, they did this pretty well with like telling the story. Then I'm not gonna fuck up Spider-Man and bring all these other fucking characters and not have it be like a focal point of the actual main story.
It also makes sense with Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You're putting me to fucking sleep.
Why?
With your yawning, buddy.
Oh, that's once.
Alex, come sit on his lap.
Yeah. That's what I heard. I was gonna be your.
I don't want to break the chair.
Yeah, he wants to be your ventriloquist dummy, remember?
Which one's the dummy?
It was both of you.
What the fight people on this block?
I'm making Andrew laugh.
It's just like you brought up something that was very interesting about like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man or whatever. Now that the whole like TVA and the whole parallel versions of a character are possible, I'm thinking maybe there might possibly be like a Marvel movie cinematic version of maybe like a Spider-Verse or something like that, like a live-action Spider-Verse movie. I would love to see that. I would love to see like.
He's trying to show you up on your own show.
I just like the idea that like. Because Marvel is all about parallel Earths and stuff like that, so maybe they might bring up parallel versions of other characters and they might interact. But they're already doing an animated version that's called Marvel What If.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
it comes out
not
soon.
canon, but yeah.
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 That comes out soon, doesn't it? Like August, end of July?
What's your opinion on that, Cody? What do you think
What
about
ifs?
parallel versions of a character?
Well, like I said, like I don't know. I was kind of like, not disappointed, but like wasn't really hyped for it. But after watching this show, and I would safely say, unless it's like a one more episode, and hopefully I don't fuck it up. But I would safely say it's probably my favorite Disney Plus out of the other two.
So you didn't
shows.
like the idea that there was multiple different Lokis?
No, I understood that I didn't. I'm just saying that like I didn't like the idea there was multiple different Spider-Mans, I guess.
But that's been in like almost everything.
Yeah, but like they're just trying to say it was the Fox ones. Like if it was like, oh, whatever, it was Tobey Maguire and it was.
That's literally what they
Sony.
did with Quicksilver. They brought in.
Yeah, that was funny.
Quicksilver.
Yeah, but it wasn't actually him.
What do you mean?
Like it was, they used what's his name? Who's the guy?
Evan Peters.
Yeah, Evan Peters. And they just but they like Scarlet Witch recasted him kind of.
Yeah, it wasn't
I thought that was
technically
really funny.
supposed to be that Quicksilver that we know of yet.
Yeah.
Are you girls done yipper yappering over there?
I don't know. I'm looking at two old ladies right here that don't know what the fuck they're talking about right now.
How would you know? You're too busy trying to press buttons. Beep boop, bud.
I'll push your fucking buttons.
Yeah, you do every day, you dumb fuck.
You piece of shit. I dare you to come back over here
Why
right
are
now.
you Red Guardian?
What's what?
Black Widow. You watched it last night.
Oh,
So are we fighting, Alex?
I'm watching a podcast.
You're watching it?
Yeah.
And you're going to finish your conversation with Cody about Spider-Man? Or Evan Peters, I mean?
So you don't like the idea of multiple versions of a character?
No, I just said that.
You just don't like Spider-Man, is what you're saying.
Yeah, he's the worst. I'm just kidding. You got that out.
No, we can't cut that out. We're cutting
That's
it
staying
right
in
now.
there. If anything, we're making a little clip of just that.
Spider-Man.
We're sending it to Nick.
Don't do that. To Nick.
Isn't he the one that told you Spider-Man wasn't real?
Yeah, it's true. He did.
Not Loki.
So do you think that Renslayer,
She works for Kang in the comics.
right in the comics, but almost like seems like she doesn't know what the fuck's going on either? Because even like by herself, she's kind of saying things like, "Oh, I don't really."
She seems like she doesn't know what's going on, but then she just backstabs anyone.
Yeah.
So it seems like she might know what's going on and just playing it off.
Yeah.
Well, think about this. If that was your life and that's all you knew, would you want to like distribute to stop it? Like, would you want it to like preserve it as much as you can, or would you want to be like?
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I
Find a
brought
whole
up. I
new
brought that
purpose.
up.
Yeah, I'm safe here. I don't want
I
him.
brought that up the last episode. She built that life. She ain't about to not be about that life.
Yeah.
In shorter.
Here's what I want to ask, though: is who do you think is in charge of the whole thing? Do you think Can the
It's
Conqueror?
Loki.
Do you think it's Loki?
I would rather.
I wouldn't surprise like if they actually did that and it's like, oh, he was playing them all along. It was one of his schemes.
I'd rather be Kang.
But I would actually be kind of pissed, and I would actually be like, I don't know. Like I want something else. Like I'm expecting something else at this point.
Like what?
Kang would make the most
Well, they already
sense.
casted Kang. It would make sense, I guess, in this.
I think actually in the comics though, like there's someone else is actually like, behind the timekeepers.
Alex brought it up last night. It was
Yeah.
The one who
Master
came before.
something?
no,
Yeah.
the He Who Remains.
He who
Yeah,
remains.
yeah. Yeah.
But I don't
He was
know,
the one who created the timekeepers in the first place
in the comics
because he survived after the first universe was destroyed. And when universes die, they kind of like recreate themselves and exactly how they were before. It like kind of like restarts again.
Mm-hmm.
and so he created the timekeepers to make sure that it stays that way, and that if he can better it, then it can they can fix it. But obviously things didn't go the way that they planned.
Yeah.
But in that situation, if it was him, I feel like it wouldn't be this big front. Does that make sense, Alex?
Yeah.
What?
I say if it was He Who Remains, I don't feel like it would be this big scheme of a company or whatever.
Well, the thing that I think could be is that maybe he just was like, that the whole dumpster world that they're in right now is happening after the timeline. It happens in the end of the universe.
It's the end
Yeah.
of the
But
time.
the whole reason that it's the dumpster is because it's supposed to be a paradise. The timekeepers were supposed to make this paradise that happens after time.
Oh.
And apparently it's like a dumpster. So I like to imagine that maybe since he he obviously didn't do a good job of making his utopia, he's probably just making his own that's just
Kang?
like his holiday home, and he's just like hanging there being like, I give up on this universe. I just want to...
Who are we talking about, Kang or the other guy?
He
The one who came before.
He
Who Remains.
He Who Remains.
He Who Remains, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good point because there's some in you'll notice too that I don't know if it's something that similar looks like the Avengers Tower, but it's actually the Kang Tower.
You mean Buzz Aldrin?
Yeah. It's where all his.
What? No, don't you even say it.
It's.
You're right. It's
Yeah.
Buzz Aldrin and the Loki show up.
What, Andrew?
Nothing.
Okay, sorry.
It's our little secret.
I know it isn't. It's not that big, Andrew.
I'm just teaching him controls.
He plays games.
He streams.
He's learning.
He does this more than us. Yeah. So,
Sure, buddy.
okay, so now.
Sure, buddy. Sure, buddy.
No, I mean you stream. You probably stream more than we probably made podcast videos,
Sure, buddy.
right? Right?
I think you guys got to fight.
No, I'm not gonna fight a boss. I'm not gonna fight Alex.
Got someone on the mind?
But you will fight a boss?
Yeah, fuck you, boss.
Damn, man. I don't know who would say that. That's a harsh words. That's your grandpa. But
That's your grandpa. What do you mean?
Huh?
Oh,
So what did you think about when they Ninja Turtled out of the sewer and all the other Lokis were there? Did you
Oh,
notice
it's funny. You forgot
anything
to
cool
mention
about
that.
them?
Yeah, that was pretty funny. It's just funny because they had the vote Loki
Yeah.
variant that they showed in the trailers and stuff, and
You just
it made you
assumed
think it was
yes.
this whole arc that he had
Yeah,
where he
yeah.
was become president or something. But he shows up for 5 minutes. He gets his hand bitten off by the alligator.
Happy Gilmore reference.
And then it's
Hey, Andrew, did you notice that? It's a Happy Gilmore reference. Won the vote for
you
me,
know that
Loki.
alligator that got your can.
Oh, yeah.
I got his
yeah.
whole head. But then even just that, his scream when he's
Yeah.
it just goes on for ever. And they'll just start fighting each other. I thought that was really funny. Super comical. It's just funny how
Was there-
how they're just betraying each other right away.
Yeah, instantly. It just shows
Yeah,
how a
just
mess
instantly.
it is if they were all a team.
It's what did you expect?
Do you guys know anything about Kid Loki at all?
Yeah, he's pretty young, I heard.
No, but do you know he's actually a character in the comics?
I assume
Yeah.
so, yeah.
So the story goes is that when Ragnarok happened, a lot of the Asgard got destroyed, and a lot of the figures in that character are dead, and they got reincarnated because when Thor brought Asgard to, where was it? It's either he brought it over to one of the states, and and when he brought it over, a lot of the people in the states were reincarnated as those Asgardian figures, and the kid was reincarnated as Loki, but he didn't have the memories of Loki. So Thor, being the guy who's trying to find everyone, goes to this kid's house. He's like, "You are my brother." I don't know why I made Thor Russian, but then this kid freaks out, and he has no idea why Thor is chasing him all around, and it's just.
Are you talking about the 2000 something Thor?
What?
Because the one I'm thinking of, it's the same. I think you might. I don't know. You might have read a different one, but the one I read is kind of the same story you just said, where it goes to Oklahoma. They brings Asgard there, and everyone gets dispersed into real human bodies.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a kid, and he didn't go to a house.
That's how Enchantress started. That's the thing.
No. The one I read, it's he goes to this cave because there's a bunch of people trapped, and one of his guys that he already has says, "I can feel that one of them's an Asgardian, or a few of them." And one of them is a bad guy. I don't think it was Enchantress, but Loki was like a woman that didn't know it was Loki, and then like he did whatever he has to do to make them realize they're Asgardians, and then it was Loki, and then he ran away. That's the one I read.
I just remember that Loki, being the mischief planning god that he is, kind of had like this contingency plan that he knew that he would probably die and would be reincarnated. So he kind of like made this like image of himself saying that, listen kid, like you are Loki and I'm gonna give you like all these memories that I have. The reason why the kid didn't want to believe he was Loki, because obviously like why would you want to have memories of things that you did horrible deeds and then try to like accept that that's the kind of person that you are, you know? Imagine you're a kid and you have memories that you're Hitler and you just remember you did all these horrible things. Would you want to believe that? No, of course not. So that's why it's like, but then later on Loki does realize that he is in fact Loki and he does like try to like do some good, I guess. But then it's like also like you kind of can't fight who you really are sometimes.
And on that note, do you think that Loki is actually going to redeem himself as a hero now, as a pure hero?
Well, if you remember when he had that blanket around Sylphie, he like told her like I'm not that person anymore.
Exactly.
So in a way, do you guys like even
He's lied
do you
before.
think he's even telling the truth
That's what
there?
I'm asking, yeah. I don't know.
Well, they're both Lokis. I think if anything, she'll fuck him over.
That'd be a good way to end. Like I would like that. I would be okay with it. I don't want to see that
I would not want her to be
character-
the one that betrays to anyone. I think she's the
just a
only
little bit
person
of a
that
fuck.
looks
We're
like
not like a big one.
I think she's the only person I feel like that's like the least Loki out of anybody.
Why?
Yeah, that's true.
Why?
Because her whole personality is just not even like mischief or backstabbing ish. She seems like she genuinely just wishes she knew why she had to be like
She literally killed like
in this
everyone
person
for the
in this
first two
situation in the
episodes.
first place.
All she did was mischief for like the first
Also,
2
she
3
calls herself
episodes.
Sylvie, shouldn't
No comment.
I don't know. I just feel like it was a necessary thing she had to do to get some answers. She had to like derail the TVA just to get like an audience with
That
the.
sounds pretty mischievous to me.
I think she's okay person.
Well, we got one more episode to find out. Actually, apparently they're gonna make a second season, so I don't know what they're gonna do with that.
End on you.
Yeah. But how did you feel about the Let's Hold Hands Together, Guardians of the Galaxy? We're more powerful together, and we'll enchant this
That was cool.
entity. Yeah, that was cool.
I like
Yeah.
when they held hands.
Yeah, it's fun. It's just a thing that happens in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, you just hold hands and everything
Hold
just
hands.
dies.
I actually feel really bad that like he died and then like moments later they finally got enchanted the beast. Imagine if he just held
Well,
on
he's-
for a little bit longer.
You're speaking of classic
The only
Loki.
reason they enchanted the beast is because he was doing what he was doing.
Yeah, he gave him time.
That's what I'm saying. So he had to do that,
You had to make that sacrifice. Yeah.
and he knew that.
Yeah.
He will be. I'm just saying he will be missed.
R.I.P.
Classic Loki. I liked when he got eaten though.
Yeah, he was happy about it. He wasn't even mad.
I like when he got eaten though. Alex, did you like that?
It was sad.
When
He's-
classic Loki, the beast just swoops by and just eats him.
It's kind of funny how like Loki thought that he could just stab it, like nothing was gonna happen. His
Yeah,
whole
that was
idea was
funny.
like, I'm gonna kill it. I was like, okay, how you gonna kill smoke?
Yeah, he didn't get that far, and then he watched it like disintegrate. Like what was it, like a
A
tank?
goddamn battleship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, maybe we get another plan.
It's like, all right, this little kid just gave me a sword. We'll fight him with the sword he gave me.
Isn't that sword something?
That's the sword that he used to kill Thor with.
No, I know, but it doesn't have like a name, and it's like something.
Not really. Loki's daggers are just that. They're just daggers.
Yeah, I think it was something. I'm gonna look it up.
What sword did?
Yeah, how you want me to?
Yeah, dude, pull that up. I want to see it. Or you can pull on here. Yeah.
What?
Who?
Cody, talk.
Did you like when
What do you want to talk about?
I'm looking up something. I was telling them to talk.
Yeah, okay. Change the subject while he's looking it up.
Anyway, so I thought it was funny when Mobius was talking to Loki, and Loki asked him, "Hey, what do you want to do?" He's like, "I'm gonna go burn the TVA to the ground," and that was a reference to the first episode because that's what Loki tells him he's gonna do. And now Mobius is gonna go do it, and he just goes through the. You know what I don't understand is why didn't they all just go through the
Yeah. Go on. Sir.
time portal?
Because they
Oh, yeah, I guess they
literally,
wanted-
they all just agree that this was their home. They accepted that they wanted to be here, and then they didn't have any place else to go.
So the sword is something. It's they call it Loki's flaming dagger, but it has an actual name. In Norse mythology and Marvel comic lore, it's Leviathan, and it's Loki's ancestral blade, and it's the blade that he can make. Like if it's not there, he just makes it appear in his hand.
You already had that.
That's what the new sword is, though, too. Because well, he's a Loki too. The kid, he just gave him his version of that, which is a different sword.
Don't you guys find it a little strange that the only variants that are even in this like garbage dimension are just Loki's? Like, it's proven that like
Yeah.
anyone that gets pruned goes there. Like even the guy from the TVA went there.
Maybe it's saying that
Yeah, that's
all the
true.
other people just get eaten because they're not hiding and being
Oh, so
mischief.
Loki's
mischief.
Well, yeah, I guess I didn't really show the whole thing. It was just kind of like
Loki's are like
They could be,
cockroaches.
yeah, they could be somewhere else. Like they were just kind of show that section. They didn't go like the desert. Yeah, I guess still you would think there'd be some other kind of. That's a good point.
Loki's kids could be a metaphor that Loki's like a cockroach.
Yeah, he just doesn't
I can
die.
get around that. I also
that's
like
funny,
the
yeah.
idea that Lokis are just like really good at like hiding. So it's just like they're just like they're
You could throw a
cockroaches.
rock.
I don't know, not the main Loki. Screaming at the top of his lungs while the fucking smoking boy's coming. Fucking dummy.
Well, would you too if your hand got bitten off?
I'd probably go in the sewer and not come out.
Yeah.
No, I'm a turtle now. That was a ninja.
John, you know what I
variety.
just thought of that would make you really happy? If you went to like if you got pruned and you went there and there'd be different versions of you and one of them was a Ninja Turtle John, would that make you happy?
No.
Why
That'd be-
not?
That'd be weird. Well, I don't want to see a mutilated me. Sorry,
'Cause-
mutation me.
Because you're a Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fucked up.
No, I'm not. You're a cat.
That likes lasagna.
You hate Mondays.
I'd be terrified. Actually, you know what? Now that you brought that up, I'd be terrified.
Yeah, what if you went to a
I
fucking
saw a
dimension and it's
version
Garfield
of
you?
me.
Hi, Alex. Have you seen John?
It's like that movie Cats, live action
Yeah,
one.
Alex would be the James Corrigan character. Do you know they had to cut that movie where there was buttholes? And then it went
Why?
through screening and they had to take out all the buttholes? Really? Yeah. I'm not kidding.
That must have been a shitty job to do.
Security?
I was leaving. Cody, you're the one with the notes.
Well, no, it's just other things that I noticed there. This wasn't. I didn't see. Apparently, I guess this is what they were saying online is that, you know, there was like some like Easter like these heads they had that were in the ground.
Easter
there.
Island heads?
No, they weren't even Easter Island heads. They were just like this like I don't know if Andrew, you can probably pull up. Can you pull up a picture? It's just put like Canmore, Alberta, like head sculpture, and just put it on the screen.
Well, what about them?
Well, anyways, they were there, but they were like, someone was trying to say, "Oh, it's a Wolverine reference because it's from."
Oh, he's from Alberta?
Yeah, he's from Alberta, and like, it's like, why would they be there? You know what I mean? Which, on another note, I can't wait till they make like a Marvel movie where they, for some reason, takes place in Canada.
Alpha Flight.
It's a road trip to
In
Canada.
20
or
years,
something.
we'll have an Alpha Flight movie.
Yeah. But
Or
where
maybe
they
they'll find Wolverine with
Yeah.
Alpha Flight. And then maybe that's
I'd
where he'll
watch that.
start in the movies. Doubt it, though.
What Andrew? You put like
Andrew, turn off the porn and look for what he asked.
every time, man.
I'm looking, bro.
Yeah, the wrong thing.
You're the wrong.
Canmore, Alberta head sculpture.
I did that.
Nothing
I
come
have
up.
It.
Oh, it just won't go on the thing?
Send it. Just
Okay, buddy.
slow your roll, buddy.
Sorry.
Andrew, we don't have it yet.
I
Andrew, I do not see the picture yet.
it's coming.
Alex, could you help him out?
It's there.
Oh, wow.
Is
Yeah.
that it?
Yeah. So there was like those, like a bunch of those.
Click it so I can show the people.
Yeah, I already did.
Okay, there it is. Wow.
Explain it for the audio listeners.
So it's a
stone head.
stone. Andrew, you explain this
Realistic.
should be more
It's
scripted.
a realistic stone head
Covered at
of
mouth.
a bald man.
Yes, closing his eyes.
Only upper lip to the
One-
top of his head.
One
And-
wrinkle on the side of his face.
What?
Couple wrinkles.
Yeah, he's got some wrinkles under his
Not very
eyes.
much.
His ears, kind of big.
He got
Yeah,
pretty large
big.
ears.
I know it's big ears. Anyways,
Okay.
And we're not done explaining.
okay, sorry.
I'm just kidding.
You want me to keep going?
Yeah, go.
If you can, go.
He has a prominent brow.
I was thinking that too.
He's also got.
He's got like one of those foreheads you'd probably rub for good luck kind of thing.
He's
you know?
got like if he opened his eye, he would have a double eyelid
Oh yeah.
on the top.
100%.
Yeah, and he looks kind of like he's almost happy, but you can't really tell
He's
because
closing
his
his
mouth
eyes.
is in the
Yeah.
ground.
But what does it mean?
Okay, back to you guys.
So there was a bunch of those there, and
How many?
they're saying it's a Wolverine. That's a good point. I think there was like 4.
Okay.
Yeah. And they're saying that's a Wolverine reference,
that's
and I'm
the
hoping
theory?
for it. Yeah.
Really.
What do you think, Andrew?
I don't think they're gonna bring in Wolverine like this, but you never know.
I want them to.
You do?
No, not like that.
Why don't you
I'm just
be
saying.
Wolverine?
Yeah. Danny DeVito is Wolverine.
Yeah, you look like Danny DeVito. Why can't you be Wolverine?
I'm not short enough.
Where it counts, you are.
Are you talking about the claws?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very short.
Yeah, short claws. Very short claws.
I don't know, but it's gonna be hard for them to introduce mutants without for another universe there. But Alex, you were saying Taskmaster's a mutant, right?
He's not in this universe.
In the
Yeah.
comics, he was saying.
Right,
yes.
right.
No one's mutant in the universe that we know of.
No. I actually had a hope for the next episode. They already kind of left, but I wish they would have spent a little more time in the Void Beyond Time.
Really? I was done with it.
Yeah. 40 minutes is enough.
40 minutes is enough.
Yeah, good point.
I wasn't annoyed with it, but I was like, all right, yeah, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, they're still probably going to be in it because I got to go to that house.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Oh, and just like it's like at the beginning of the episode when she was running through it, she had that vision of what it was. I don't know if she did that.
She did the
Don't
same
you?
thing she did to everyone.
Oh, yeah. Saw their.
Touched it. Saw
Right,
its
right.
things.
So it's basically it's funny. They said it's a guard dog for that castle,
Yeah, yeah.
which apparently in the comics, like Goliath or whatever, is like the
Goliath.
arch enemy of Kang the Conqueror. But it almost seems
Yeah,
like
I
in
saw
this
that
one
too.
now they're like that's his
Unless
like,
he
guard
conquered
dog.
him.
Oh, maybe yeah.
It's his name.
Yeah,
It's his last name, bro. The Conqueror.
yeah, that's what he does. Well, yeah. What are your final thoughts?
Well, remember what I showed you about Renslayer?
Oh, fuck. Yeah, she works for Kang in the comics.
Oh yeah.
So that would make
They
sense if
have
they
to.
linked that up. If they didn't, they would be surprised. But, like, I don't
Kinda-
know. It seems
yeah.
pretty cut and dry right now that she works for Kang.
Yeah.
Not that we've seen anything to do with Kang at all.
Just
And
know
they
that he
don't
is
always follow the
casted.
comics. So I guess we don't know at all. It's not cut and dry. It's ripped and wet. What, Andrew?
It's funny.
Just words, Andrew. Pervert over here.
They're funny words.
Fucking ripped and wet, bud.
Pretty fucking wet.
Just like Cody's butthole.
John, you run the TVA, bud.
Yeah, I do. How'd you know? What would you do
But,
if the last episode comes and it's just like, oh yeah, it's me. Sorry, forgot to tell you guys I was in this show.
if John ran the TVA, like where would he? Just all the stuff that he would throw in the void. It would
This
just
is the TVA. You're in the TVA, bud. Oh wow! Look at all the stuff.
TMNT fucking puppet costumes everywhere.
Come on, man. I only fucked one once. Oh, that's not what you were saying?
That's exactly.
Oh.
So, what are your final thoughts on?
Tell you my final thoughts on you.
Yeah, what are your final thoughts on me?
No comment. Alex, you got anything that you can say on the podcast?
I heard you.
He's sleeping. Or so he says.
He's under the weather?
Yeah, he's a little under the weather.
he's dripped and wet over there.
Oh, he's awake.
What?
Are you okay?
What were we talking about?
Your mom. Remember how
How ripped and
John's her
wet?
new stepdad?
Oh, okay. This is a nightmare. So okay, good, perfect. I'm
No,
gonna
this
do
is
that.
real life, bud. Call me Mr. Antic. I took her day.
But Alex, what are your final thoughts on Loki episode 5?
I can't wait till the next episode.
That's not really a final thought.
I don't know. I think it's amazing that I just think I'm so glad that they're doing more with Loki. Loki's a fantastic character and he's a great actor. And I honestly do believe that Kang's going to be making an appearance very soon. And I can't wait to see how he plays in the new Marvel universe.
I agree.
Sick. Yeah, I don't know. I think that it's gonna be Kang. That's the only thing that
Oh.
makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, if it isn't Kang, I'm just going to be really disappointed.
Well, it might be a Loki. I don't know.
Yeah.
What if
or
it's-
that now I'm
what if-
thinking, wait.
What if Kang is a Loki? That would suck.
Yeah.
That would be the worst.
Yeah.
They're watching this right now, like, oh fuck, go back, rewrite, reshoot. They don't like it.
I mean, it could work.
No, Andrew.
There's that
You
many
can't even say it with a
variants.
straight face.
There's so many different variants. There's that one where he looks like a knockoff incense hippie.
That's true, yeah.
Hmm?
You think that's Kang?
Yeah.
Andrew's talking out of his ass.
Wow.
Oh, Andrew can hear me. Hey.
He's in the sky.
What?
He's in the sky still.
No, he's in the pie. Is Alex all right? Alex has crawled off the couch and walked to the kitchen.
He's out. He's gone.
Do you need your cup? It's over here.
He's done.
What's he doing in there?
I don't. He's rummaging. Now he's crawling.
Get out of there! He's on the ground, laying in between the kitchen and the living room.
I think he's looking for a Garfield. I mean, lasagna.
There's none under there, buddy.
That's a classic Alex move, eh?
Laying on the floor.
Laying on the
'cause
floor.
he's tired.
your friends.
He'll be asleep soon.
Is he on his stomach or his back?
Stomach, obviously. Back's for movies. Stomach's for chilling.
Whoa. That was eventful.
Alex enjoyed the episode. Got anything to say before I fucking close this shit, Cody?
I just hope that the next episode's the weirdest of all of them, and when we get a satisfying season finale.
I don't want a
And that's it.
cliffhanger.
Yeah, I don't exactly. I don't want a cliffhanger, and I just want some twists and turns and some weird shit.
Pepsi twists and
Pepsi
Coke
twists
turns,
and do the twist. Good night, everyone.
Cody, you can't just be like, and then look into space and then look for John for like some sort of lifeline that he can't hand to you because you're the one that wrote the notes and your notes are probably just you playing tic-tac-toe with yourself.
Kill him, Cody.
Whoa, buddy, you were talking mostly. I was looking at you. I wasn't looking at space.
Yeah, because I remember the shit that I watched. What do you remember?
Yes, all right. I watched it a few times. How many times did you watch it?
This episode was the craziest episode I think out of any Lokis because it had like different variations of Lokis.
Yes, and I was telling you all about all the different.
We'll talk about something else. Like talk about like what kind of variation of Loki would you like to see?
King Loki.
King Loki. I like that idea. What kind of like how do you think King Loki's universe would have played out? How do you think he became king?
No, he's probably where he runs the TVA now. Why are you guys whispering over there?
Because we're saying this, you guys, this conversation, we might be able to just put in the actual episode because we're talking about actual shit now.
See, we're talking about shit now.
Just keep going. We'll just use this as B-roll and shit.
Okay, well, let's see. So, why do you think? So, you think that this Loki is a very? But that wouldn't make sense, though. Why would the King Loki, who's a king of the TVA, be pruned? Do you think the TVA is like this isn't supposed to happen? So what? They just pruned their king, apparently.
I didn't say that he was pruned. How did it have to be pruned if he's?
Because he's in this universe. How do you
no,
think?
he's not. I never said he was.
We're talking about what pruned version of Loki would you like to see, or what?
No, you said what variant of Loki would you see? You don't have to be. You can be a variant of Loki and not be pruned.
Okay, what else do you got?
What do you mean? What else do I got? You're asking.
What other variants of Loki can you think of right now?
Hulk.
We're in the episode, or
Hulk Loki. Did you know? You know what? That's a funny thing that he did bring up. There was actually a Hulk Loki that brought up that you remember. It was the very first episode, and
Mobius was bringing up the list of like there's different Lokis. There's a swimsuit Loki. There's some Lokis are less
Wasn't swimsuit Loki? It was cross country Loki.
cross country Loki. That's
Get
it.
fucked, Alex. I thought you watched the episode.
You know what? Fuck you, Cody. I'm sick of your shit. I had to sit through that, and it was so painful. I was literally just picking my fingernails off. All right.
Sit through what? You don't have to do anything. Oh my god. You didn't sit through anything. You laid on the floor.
I wish I went home, and then you guys like, no, Alex, stay. It'll be fun when you talk. I'm having.
You talked most of the episode.
Oh, I'm talking right now, Cody, and I'm sick of your shit. Okay.
Talking shit out your mouth.
Keep going.
Alex and Cody got into a fight, so
Okay, keep going.
keep going.
What, Alex?
I was talking about how there was a Hulk Loki. It was
No,
really
you weren't. I just said that right now.
no, I know, but you brought it up as because you were like, I would like to see a Hulk Loki. It's like, well, that's funny that you brought that up because there was a Hulk Loki, and I was
Okay, I
bringing
would
up
like
on the.
to see him.
You want to see the Hulk Loki right now? I'll bring up my phone right now. Actually, you know, we got
I
the
want to see a fucking.
bring up Hulk Loki right now, cameraman Andrew.
Okay, alright, we're still
Keep talking.
Yeah, they show him to him. They show him in like the projection of him, whatever. Like when they're going through all the different ones.
When they were bringing up all these different variants of Lokis, I wasn't really sure what they were because think about this: the fact that they got pruned means that they're not that extraordinary to begin with. So when I was thinking of like what version of Lokis would I like to see, my initial thought was I wanted to see like original Norse mythology Loki.
Okay, but that's not the reason they got pruned. It's because they weren't extraordinary. It's because whoever the timekeepers were, whoever's making the calls, thought they weren't fit for the timeline.
Yeah,
So that's nothing to do with if they're extraordinary or not.
I like the idea. I like the idea that like the timekeepers are like, no, Loki, you can't join the CrossFit team. You can't. You just can't do that. No, Loki, you're no.
click it.
Click what?
You sent the picture on Discord.
Yeah, see, it's right there.
Yeah, they showed
Click
that.
it.
Click the picture up.
Oh, okay.
That's what I would like to see. I would like to see that one in action, smashing.
This is not.
Just maybe that's what.
Just click hard. The mouse is fucked.
Holy shit!
Yeah, these buff Tom Hiddleston right there. Like some tight ass pants.
I bet he
Those
would.
horns. Those horns are probably real.
It looks like you.
That is actually.
Yeah.
I think those are real horns.
Yeah. Why is
That's
it yellow though? Or that's just the.
I think that's just a.
No, it's Loki from the Simpsons short.
Oh yeah.
I really.
5 minute Simpsons.
I really
short.
hated
Real
that
lives.
video so much. That was so painful to watch. I don't know.
Why is everything just painful to watch for you?
I just feel like things.
What's wrong with your eyes?
What? What's wrong with my eyes? What's wrong with your eyes? Why are you laughing now? Mystery guest number 5. What are you tee-heeing in the corner for? Tee-hee-hee. Hee-hee-hee.
What's wrong with your eye?
You've been saying everything's. Oh, this is painful to watch. This is painful to watch.
It was painful. That's why I'm scratching my eyes.
You watched it yesterday.
Yeah, and I have nightmares of it now. Of Lisa being Thor and how she got buffed. That was really weird at first.
I already forgot about it.
I wish I could be like you, just forget things.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Hulk. It's Loki.
I want to see a version of Loki where he does have the Mjolnir. How do you pronounce that? Mjolnir. There you go.
Mjolnir.
Yeah, I want to see Thor Loki. That'd be pretty cool. And then their version.
I just want to see the Frog Thor.
Why? Why
That's
do you
all I
like
care
the
about.
Frog Thor so
He
much?
could jump real high. Not as not as size Frog Thor.
You're
So high, you can pick a star out of the sky. Come on, don't you want to see how he's gonna get out of that like bottle that he was in? That's what I want to see.
It was a jar.
It was a
What's a
jar,
jar?
and he was trying to reach for the
Jar
hammer that was like literally
bottle.
5 inches away from him.
Yeah, that's cool.
He can jump real high. Cody, I feel like I could distract you by juggling keys in front of you, man. Like, Jesus.
We're looking at frogs.
Oh yeah, pull that up. I want to see him.
What is the story behind Frog Thor?
He jumps real high and everyone loves him.
Yeah.
Wow, Frog Thor, you can jump really high, man. You're so fucking cool. And he's just like, ribbit.
I think from. Let me see.
We're just taking a break right now?
Are you Are you guys fucking good? What the fuck happened?
Well, Cody put all this.
I don't know.
wrong.
Alex asked me what kind of Lokis I want to see, and I told him, and he still hasn't told me what ones he wants to see.
I just told you I want to see original Norse mythology Loki, and I want to see Thor Loki. I want
That's
to.
stupid.
Why is that stupid?
John's kidding.
Why is that stupid, John?
Because that's Norse mythology, not Marvel mythology.
Yeah, that is kind of
What?
dumb. Yeah, it's the Marvel universe, not the fucking Norse mythology fucking universe.
Are you both special?
Oh, we're all special here.
Clearly, okay.
We're all created special.
Frog Thor's name is Puddle Gup.
What Earth is he from? I think it's like 636 or something like that. Puddle Gump.
I got him in the Discord if you want to click it. Alex, you're so slow.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not used to a mouse that has -1 sensitivity.
The most that has the same brain capacity as you?
No.
And Cody combined?
I had to get both. I can't leave you.
Okay, so you just have the
Yeah, because Loki. That's what Loki turned him into a frog. We mentioned that earlier.
Oh my god, Alex.
It's just a picture of the frog. It says nothing about it.
Yeah, Loki turned him into a frog. It was tricked by Loki, and he wasn't able to turn him back.
You were strict by Loki.
Yeah.
Do you have it up there again? What are you doing there?
Nothing. I'm just deleting everything.
Why?
Don't delete it, I need it.
You need Frog Thor in your life.
Yeah.
So do you think now that they're gonna make a season 2, they're just gonna keep doing that, kind of like what we kind of mentioned that before, where it's just like variants of all these things, and it's gonna be like a cartoon show. It's like, oh, here's fucking Hulk Thor.
Well, we don't even know what's gonna happen at the end of this one.
Well, no shit, but I'm just saying that we know there's gonna be a season 2.
Is there gonna be a season 2 Loki?
Apparently.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Is it confirmed? Okay.
Yes.
Well, if since the cameraman's getting sassy with me and I have to deal with your
You're the only
bullshit,
sassy one here, buddy.
I get sassy because I have to deal with all of you guys.
You didn't have to. You came here.
You know what? You're very right. I did come here on my own free will, my own
Yes.
foolish. I wish someone would come here and prune me so that the correct version of me stayed at home and just
I'll prune the fuck out of you, bud.
yeah.
With my special prune device.
Uh huh.
In my pants.
So yeah, what do you think, Alex? We're talking about this now.
I hope
We're talking about the episode. Let's go.
that there's all kinds of Spider-Mans just to piss you off too.
No, yeah, like the one from the Japanese TV series.
Oh, that would actually be that would actually be really fucking cool if they brought that Spider-Man in. I would love
They're just
that.
gonna be pointing at each other like.
No, that's the original.
Fucking Power
that's-
Rangers
You're
Spider-Man.
thinking of a Japanese Super Sentai Spider-Man that he has like his own mech too. That's really badass. I love that one.
Yeah, I want him there.
You brought it up and you're acting like you don't even know what I'm talking about right
No,
now.
I know what you're talking about. I just said that I want him there.
Good.
Okay.
I hope he is there.
Me too.
Okay.
But I hope it's not. I hope it's not the bulk of the story.
Like if
all
there
I was
is
trying to
another
say.
Loki, I kind of hope that like he does more like time travel. Now that he realizes that like time travel is a thing and there's different possibilities, he might want to like change his outcome because he realizes that him being a good person or him being anything other than being a loser, because it seems like the purpose of a Loki is to help people get better at themselves rather than him being better at it, him bettering himself, So maybe
do you think he'd be known as? Would he still be the god of mischief, or what? Now what would he be?
I
god
think
for?
he'd 100% still fuck with people, but like he'd do it in a way that maybe it would just be like, I don't know. He like Loki's always been kind of the person like he wants to believe that he's in control of his own destiny. That's why in the first episode he didn't even want to believe this whole TVA thing was even real because it was just like it defeats the purpose of like that people have their own free will almost. You know what I mean?
Back up.
Back up. Are you for real, Cody? Who am I? Am I just talking to a fucking wall?
Kennedy experience? What's going on? You get bumped, Alex.
Where's
You're
the?
getting fucking
No,
punked,
I
bud.
want a monkey. Just give.
Hey,
a
shut
I
up.
got one next to you, bud.
No, but like seriously though, continue.
Yeah. What was I
Yeah.
talking about?
You're talking about that if he had free will,
Yeah.
or you're saying that he doesn't because of illusion.
No, he believes that the fact he wants Loki's always wanted to believe that he's in control of his own destiny, but the TVA was like, "No, we're here to make sure things are on the right course of timeline." And it's just
But
like,
do humans actually have free will?
well, I don't know. That's all. That's a very interesting subject about like what your opinion, what your view on free will really is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, what do you?
I didn't
well,
choose I didn't choose the way where I was born. I didn't choose my brain and everything.
Well, that's the thing though, is that like me personally, I do.
Andrew,
I'm doing it because of you guys. I said something. I said something to him. Sit back down. He was talking to me.
You're good.
No, sit back down. You're doing good.
Get back in there.
This is great.
Yeah.
You and Cody hating each other is really good.
Yeah. I'm having a great time over here. Good job.
I'm glad somebody's having a great time.
Bro, Nicole actually came back.
Okay, Alex, I'm sorry that I can't say.
Yeah, she was teeing in the corner. Like, something's wrong with your eye.
Because I said what's wrong with your eyes? Because you're like,
What's wrong with my eyes?
my eyes were burning. I don't know. Every time you said you watched something, your eyes were on fire.
Cody, can we get your opinion on Alex's take on everything real quick?
Not everything.
How do you
sit in this chair?
How do you sit in this chair? I don't get
Sit.
this chair is stupid. I was like, ever since I've been on this show, I was looking
I
at.
usually have things blocking so it doesn't rock.
Holy shit! Ever since I joined this show, I've been looking at your chair with envious.
Wait, I'll fix it.
He'll fix you.
Lean forward a lot, what?
Okay.
Technical difficulty. Stand by.
Oh my God! Thank you so much.
The supremacy of
Hi,
co-host.
Mom!
Is that better?
That's great.
What the fuck?
Alex, you happy now?
No.
No, we wouldn't solve that. You can't be that grumpy. You just be happy. From chair fix.
Can I ask you why you're so mad at me? I'm sorry that I don't like Loki as much as you.
Because I feel like when I'm talking
like
to
the
you, I
character
can
of
see
Loki.
the process of your brain where it's just a monkey clapping those goddamn.
Well, that's a you problem, not a me problem. Now continue having a conversation with me.
I would like to have a conversation with you. That is the issue.
Then continue.
What do you want to talk about?
So what do you think? No, just keep going.
About free will or what?
Who's Will?
I'm about to free my willy right now on this goddamn stream, okay?
Let's not.
No. Let's do it. Take it out.
No.
No.
Show us what you're working with.
I don't want that to happen again. Remember that?
You want to tell that story, Alex?
No, I don't want to tell no stories with you guys.
No, you cut this out. It's all good.
I'll cut you out in my life. Why is everyone just like...
Well,
Okay, get back in.
did you like how classic Loki? He went to a planet all by himself, but it drove him crazy because he missed his brother.
Yeah, of course. Well, did it? I think it explained that he no, that's right. He faked his death.
That's what I said. Yes.
So like he faked his death because he realized.
That's what I was saying in the thing. I just explained that whole thing in the podcast. And you weren't listening then, too, obviously, because.
Okay, well, I did like that.
So people had when Loki actually died in like the Infinity War, like the normal timeline. There was like all these like I was saying to John, there was all these fan theories that he projected himself and that Thanos killed that projection and that he was like a piece of debris in the background and kind of had like horns and stuff.
But that's been debunked now.
But that's what I'm saying. It was this fan theory they had. So then classic Loki said that's exactly what he did.
No, because in the original timeline, the correct one, he faked his death not in the one where Thanos snapped his neck, in the one in Thor 2 where he faked his death in that one.
No, he was talking about when Thanos picked him up to snap his neck.
But that wouldn't make sense because the TVA prunes anything that's going out of order. And since Loki is supposed to die, that is his last chapter.
He would have been a variant, though, because he would have...
He would be. If he was alive, that's technically what a variant means. He would deviate from what's supposed to happen.
He did after that because he deviated from his own death.
Do you understand what I'm saying first?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, yeah.
Before you.
Gotta get that monkey out of his head, Alex? Clarabelle the Cloud doing the hula in his brain. For camera freeze? What's going on, Alex?
No, but continue, yeah.
So,
What I was just saying was because, like,
What's wrong with your eyes?
I don't know.
So you're saying that when Thanos went to go kill him, this was another time that Thanos went to go kill him? Like, you're trying to say this is a different moment in
or situation completely completely different situation than Loki's Infinity War death for classic Loki. No, it would have been
Infinity War.
It was the beginning of Endgame.
No, it was
No,
the
it was beginning of Infinity War.
Was it?
Yes.
So yeah, you were saying you think that's a different moment, but I think from what I know, that's the only time that Thanos and Loki come contact was from like the Infinity War timeline. I'm done. Right?
You're done too?
No, I'm saying that the reason why that wouldn't happen is because what the correct timeline or the definition of a correct timeline for the TVA
For him to die.
is that Loki dies.
Yes.
Well, I guess it wouldn't even make sense either.
Because
that-
the Avengers went back in time and Loki actually escaped, so that would have never happened to him in the first place.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it would make sense that like okay, so when Loki fakes his death after when Thanos snaps his neck. Normally, that's technically supposed to die, right? But this original Loki, he secluded himself on an island, planet by himself. So technically, that would mean that he would be like not interacting with anyone else. Like he's almost like pretty much
That's
dead.
what I was saying.
So the fact that when he tried like
Cody, can you bring her
going off that planet to be like, and so the fact that he would like move out of that planet to like, I'm gonna go talk to my brother. He probably misses me. The fact that he was about to like talk to his brother when his brother thinks he's dead, the TVA was like, no, you can't do that, and that's why they pruned him.
Yeah, I think that's yeah.
Yeah. What was your question?
But that's what I was. But that's what I was saying. But you were saying.
I think that's too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just need to cool down a little bit. So
It's
I was,
okay. Gotta get that monkey out of your brain, eh?
part 2.
Gotta let him stop hitting those symbols in your head, eh? Yeah.
Get it? You said it to him.
Yeah, you both monkey heads.
So he was your. Let's hear predictions for the last and finale episode. How's it gonna start? What's the middle gonna
How's
be
it
like?
start?
What's the climax gonna be like?
I think they're gonna meet Kang the Conqueror.
Just right from the beginning of the episode.
Well, the beginning of the episode is like they. This is the thing too. Is like I forgot who we were arguing about, but they were like, "Where even is this place that the guard dog was protecting?" And I was like, "It's a pocket dimension. I don't know. It could be like anything." And it's like I think it might be another world, Earth or whatever. And it's like I'm thinking, no, it's just another place that he probably created. Because if he can make a garbage dimension outside of time, then he can make his own little pocket dimension, home world, whatever he wanted to do.
Hey Cody, if you can make one part of Alex's body a garbage dimension, which would it be? And same question to you, Alex, about Cody's body.
How do you even answer that question? What part of his body would I want to be a garbage dimension?
Yeah, like what part? Like, yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, Cody, you answer first. You seem to understand.
Like like.
Why are you looking
Make
him
it
up
to your
and
like
down?
head or something, so you could like.
Well, how does that
throw
work?
trash in
My
there.
head's a garbage dimension. What does that mean?
I don't know. I could throw garbage in it. I think it'd be easier if it was your head.
What are you saying about his head?
I'm just saying it's right in front of me. It's a good throwing level. Yeah. Garbage. I don't know. What would you say, Alex?
I don't know. It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my entire life. All day I've been hearing stupid shit. Hey, what part of your body would be a garbage dimension? What nonsense are you even spouting right now?
I did it for this reaction.
I'm so pissed off. It's unbelievable. Why did that one stupid question piss me off as much?
It didn't settle with the monkey in your
I'm
head,
looking at stupid Frog Thor over here, and Cody's reaction is because he can jump real good. I'm so fucking done with this shit. God.
This is the 3rd time today.
Yeah, you've walked out 3 times.
Oh my god.
Go sit back down. Cody's still over there.
We're done.
No, I asked you what your predictions were for the final episode. I said the beginning, the middle, and the climax of the season finale.
I think he's gonna meet Kang. I think
At the beginning. Nobody can hear you. You're not even talking in the mic. Go sit down. Finish this with.
I think he's gonna meet Kang the
now who's still in
Conqueror
space? Come on.
first thing, and then he's gonna be like, they're gonna be like, "What the hell? Who are you?" And he's gonna be like, "I'm Kang the Conqueror,"
At the beginning?
and then they're gonna be like, and they're gonna be like, and they're gonna be like, "Why are you here?" why did you create the TVA? He's like, I thought it was a good idea at the time, and then it didn't turn out to be a good idea, so I just decided to kind of chill out here and just let the universe do its thing, you know?
What do you think this Kang the Conqueror, like, what do you think his favorite time period is? Because in the comics, he was like obsessed with Egyptian times, right?
He probably wishes that he was never...
Oh, you know what? I actually thought about this. I think it's probably like the 60s or the 70s, because if you look at the TVA, the way that the office is set up, it almost has that 60s or 70s aesthetic. That was... It's okay, buddy. I'm not your
Hey,
enemy.
Alex, can you get your Manson high beams off Cody, please?
Push the mic out.
I'm not your enemy. I'm your friend.
Alex, push your mic out. Too close to your mouth.
There you go.
Say that again? Go back?
He's still defending Cody.
You just ripped on him for doing
He's doing
that.
purpose now. He's trying to be Cody.
I get it.
I'm a variant of Cody. God help me.
Oh, God.
I don't know who's Morpheus.
Diapers are gross.
I changed 5 of them today.
You changed 5 diapers today.
Yeah.
Can we get confirmation of Mel on the phone? Can we call
Call up the wife.
call up the missus?
Keep talking. I'll figure it out.
I'll figure it.
No, I said, what time period do you think that Kang the Conqueror, is obsessed with? Like in the comics, he's obsessed with Egyptian times. Do you think that it changed for these cinematic?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't have enough information on Kang the Conqueror to have an opinion on what's his.
Well, I
favorite.
think it's the 60s or the 70s
Why is that?
because the way the TVA is set up, like it has that like.
Oh, it has that
aesthetic.
60s. You know what? That
Yeah.
makes sense. I kind of like
You guys aren't fighting anymore. Keep going.
I know. This is all I wanted to get to, Alex.
It looks like
I do like the whole. I don't know whether
60s, yeah.
you think that's his favorite time. Well, does
Yeah.
Kang the Conqueror like time periods? Like he
Oh, you know what? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in the comics, he's obsessed with like Egyptian times. But no, sorry, you maybe mentioned something. You were talking about Renslayer, right?
No, I didn't mention
I
Renslayer at
meant,
all.
like, earlier. But like, do you think that like he's like, that's like his like love interest, but she's not into him, and then so he just erased her memory and threw her into this?
You're getting way too deep into this, man. There's no love interest between Renslayer and a character that we haven't even seen yet.
Not loving it. I just mean like, yeah, I guess it's his love interest, not necessarily hers. Maybe she didn't reciprocate, and that's why she threw him. He threw her in there.
She threw him in there.
I said he threw her in there.
Hot take. A boss just messaged the group chat and said Black Widow is good.
Well, the boss is wrong.
Boss is wrong. He could have wrong opinions.
Boss is stupid. I don't care what he says.
Don't look at me like that.
Cody, you didn't like it either.
He wasn't paying attention to it.
Yeah, it was. It was okay.
Black Widow's coming out on Friday.
Oh, it was okay. Yeah.
On our channel.
yeah.
Cody did in fact change 5 diapers today. Confirmed.
Bam.
It's a good step forward.
Sorry. Look into the man. Look into
Look into the frog. You mean?
Yeah, it's a man. No.
Why am I looking
I
at
don't know.
frog
Why
for?
So,
yeah,
yeah,
you have really interesting expectations of the next episode. I gotta say, you think that there's a love interest between Kang and Renslayer, and that he did not reciprocate the same love that she did to him, so she threw her in the TV. So he threw her in the TVA.
It's possible. I don't know. It's just a theory, man.
But that,
Off with his head.
yeah, and mine too. While you're at it. Anyway, that's it for this podcast. Thank you so much for having me here again. I can't wait for the next time when you invite me for whenever we're talking.
You're the
about-
new co-host.
Yeah, I'm the new co-host.
Wait, guys, who won the reign of the new co-host? Judges?
We'll leave that to the fans.
You're both stupid. I'm sorry.
So either or.
Hey, you guys win some, you lose. Alex die? What's up?
I think he's sad. I'm sad.
Why are you guys sad? Nobody won.
I just realized that we're doing this so people can watch us.
No.
No, this is for us.
This is.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm just gonna send this only to my dad, and
Send it to my
that's
mom.
it. And Cody's mom.
Okay. Well, I'm
Deal.
I'm done here. So
Your mom too. For John's reasons.
No, that's my video. I asked you
Never mind.
that.
Are we still recording or what's going
How
on?
do you make up?
I hope not.
Yeah.
Cody's on his phone.
Can you hug? Can we get a nice hug out of you? Make up?
Sit on Santa's lap.
Oh, you're some up.
Can you guys just make up?
Sit on each other's lap whenever you. Whenever you. For the thumbnail.
At the same time, you sit on his lap while he's sitting on your lap.
You put on a song?
Okay, now I'm just recording you guys texting. Are you putting on a love song?
Alex?
Nah, I'm just. I gotta go.